Hello and good evening. Welcome to Follow Everton. I'm Ryan. I've got Mabsy with me, who's got a big grin on his face. Mabsy, Mabsy.
Leighton Baines, happy fucking days. He's fucking gone, honestly. Right, I was dreading going at the match tonight. I was thinking, fucking, can't be arsed with this shit. Can't be arsed with the weather. Can't be arsed going outside. You know what? I thought, not bother. What's the point? I've got a pack. I'm going away tomorrow for work. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm staying up to 1 o'clock in the morning because I'm going to fucking game because that what has gone.
Uh, Mabsy,
Honestly,
he would have done well had he won some games. It would have been a great run this
oh yeah,
season.
sorry, I forgot. Yeah, sorry. If we'd won some games, absolutely. I think the best one wasn't it? Someone quotes how Shipman would have been a nice guy if it wasn't for all the murders. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. He's been asking for this for the past few weeks,
Yeah.
and honestly, and I think the Frederican group has put out of our misery at last. Along it's taken us a while, you know. You know, we don't do things by ours, but tonight is just going to be. I think is just going to be relieved and excited like I am. As I said in previous ones, I don't see the going game usually as at the moment don't enjoy it. It's just more of a chore. I've got to do it. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I already knew or go their ways, whatever. But it's just been horrible. And tonight we can enjoy it because that twat has gone. He is
Mabsy,
gone.
language, please. It's
I'm
before 9.
not
But
bothered. I don't
we
care.
we should have sacked this guy after the Southampton game. They were given another opportunity after the West Ham match. For me, I would have sacked him. How can you lose to Southampton, who have won one game all season against us, and they beat us in the cup? Draw away at West Ham, who were terrible at the time. You
Yeah,
know,
totally.
you'll win.
But we've been, as I also think, Ryan, with regards to that, is we've been hampered by the Frederican Group takeover. They couldn't have changed it because it would have been a material change, and I could see potentially it could have cost the sale of the club. I don't know, but you know what? Again, it's been a week too long for me. Obviously it's been a few weeks long, but as soon as they took over, they should have done it. But you know what? After tonight, they can go in and get someone in before the Villa game because we've got a few
There's no
days now
planning.
to.
I understand there's no plan in place for a successor at the moment. It's Leighton Baines and Seamus Coleman. There isn't a manager lined up at this moment in time, which suggests to me that Dyche should perhaps become a little bit toxic around Everton, and his influence was a negative and not a positive. It was better to get rid of him for this moment. I think it's too little too late. Listen, I wish Sean Dyche well. I wanted him to succeed. I liked the Sean Dyche team when it did Sean Dyche things, which was aggressive, high pressing, tenacious, able to play long and short, but when you do play long, it's not to an isolated striker who's got his back to goal and no one within 50 yards. There's a complete difference, a drop-off in performances and results from last season. I think we gave him ample opportunity to turn things around. 18 matches in the league, one in the FA League Cup. We got knocked out in the first round. I think he had his moment. Listen, it is sad. It's never nice to see a manager go, but I'll be honest, a change had to be made, Mabsy. And I think it's time to just quickly look at some of these comments here from our wonderful Follow Everton members, subscribers. If you're watching here, there's nearly 300 of you watching live at the moment. If you're watching us back on YouTube or live, please hit the like button. And of course, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. We have got Tazil Islam. He's saying, best news ever.
Totally.
Worm Spoons, Ding Dong, the Dyche is gone. David D is happy man. Goodison Blues, yes, yes, yes. It's finally done. We've got Danny Ellis buzzing my tits off. That's from Danny. Richo, good evening. Richo, what do you think about the result today? Colton sacked him just before the game tonight.
Results. We're not even played yet.
Andrew Vale. Andrew, nice to see you, Andrew.
All
Vale.
right, Andrew.
Did I meet you in town today, Andrew? You come and spoke to me. Spoke to a gentleman called Andrew. Come up to me and said he's been watching us, loves the channel.
We
Brilliant
haven't
news.
seen you in ages.
I am seeing Moyes as manager with Lee Carsey as assistant. Why would Lee be assistant? Steve G, total disaster. The players are poor quality. Their fault. Christ would have to perform a miracle with
I'll
the
get
current
him off.
squad.
So no. I'm sorry. There's no excuse. No. Get rid of that
Absolutely,
comment.
we respect
Don't
all
agree with it.
opinions. I want to see if there's anyone here in the Dyche count, anyone who's slightly disappointed. Obviously, I'm not 100% happy because you never can be with a manager sacking. I think you don't want to ever see a manager sack. But
I
could
wanted him sacked.
Moyes and Baines, that's Wormy Spoons. I'm
Possibly to
liking
the end
that.
of the season.
Tommy Coldruck, sorry, Tommy. He's saying, so happy, grinning face. Peter says he feels like he's not drowning anymore. He was lost. Over 324 of you watching at the moment. Mabsy,
What I
this is
said,
going to be
Peter.
numbers are going
Yeah,
to blow through the roof on this one.
absolutely. You know what? He's gone. You know, I'm positive that. But I mean, I don't know why he took training today. Don't get it. Because everyone was like saying he's gone. Then he took training, and then about 4 o'clock he came on and said, "Yeah, he's gone." Don't get that whatsoever. But if you're gonna
Are you
do it
sure that's
during
not
the
just
morning,
rumours?
no. Alan Myers said he took training today.
He took
So
training.
I don't get it. If you're gonna do that, let Baines and Coleman take the training for today. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the managers saying want how to play. Don't get it. I don't. But you know what? It's not my decision. But he's gone. I'm fucking over the moon. Honestly, yeah, over the moon about this. You know,
Mabsy, just
breath
on
of
this
fresh
note
air.
here, Wormy Spoons, because we got to get everyone's opinion in today, Mabsy. Wormy Spoons is saying Philogene sacked us off. He didn't want to play Dyche. Do you think some of the negotiations that perhaps Everton did over that transfer, and when Philogene rejected us for Ipswich Town, who, with respect, are a small club who've done nothing for 20 years, then they start to think, well, something's not right here.
No, I don't think. I somewhat dodged about that Philogene move. To be honest with you, I think he rejected us last season anyway. So you know what I'm saying. I think it smokes and mirrors potentially by his agent. I don't know, but it could have been to just mastermind his move to Ipswich, so his player gets the agent gets a payout, and then when he gets relegated in the summer, he gets another payout because he'll be moved on again. Potentially, I don't know about that one. So I'm not too sure he actually did reject us. I'm not sure on that. I can't for definite agree on that. So as I say, let's get your coat on and get moving.
Yeah, we've got 5 more minutes,
Because we don't know
Mabsy.
the meaning of losing.
We've got 5 more minutes, Mabsy. We will have some more in-depth content here. Mark Anderson, we might get Thomas Frank. Just quickly on this, actually, first, let's just have a quick talk about managers, Mabsy. We've got Baines and Coleman tonight. Could we see that the start being some wing play, a bit of interchange between fullback and winger for once, getting some balls into the box? Could we see the start of actually using that area of the field again? And letting
hopefully some creativity. That's what we need. Creativity. That is exactly what we need instead of this fucking shite we've been watching. I'm hoping Bainesy and Coleman. I've got into that changing room tonight and said, "Fuck him." We're doing it my way. Don't listen to any of this. We're doing it this way, and we're going to beat them.
Listen,
honestly,
I want to see the start again of being able to play down the wings, being able to get to the byline, being able to work crossing opportunities, have runners into the box. Your winger cuts inside. Your winger tucks into the box and supports. Your number 10 gets in the box. Your central midfielders pack up and leave someone like Mikalenko and your 2 centre halves as back 3 with one of the pivots. So you've got 4 players back. Let's go and attack. Learn how to deal with the transitions. Let's learn how to cross. Listen, they're not suddenly going to become superstars. Mikalenko's not suddenly going to be able to cross a ball. Ashley Young's not going to become 20 years younger. Decore's not going to be able to trap a bag of cement. But
you see that comment there?
Yeah. We've got some optimism. There's 420 of you watching. Mabsy, can you see how many are on YouTube? If you click over the eye, how many are watching on YouTube?
The eye. 376.
76 on YouTube, and the rest are watching on Facebook.
Fair enough.
Are they?
I don't know how it. Follow Everton 357 on X. So X 358, and follow Everton 76. So
guys, if you're watching on X, what's your thoughts? You're welcome to also to come over, please, onto youtube.com/follow Everton. Give us a subscribe on there if you're not already. Trying to get to the 3,000 subs mark. You're in for a real ride coming tonight. I'll tell you what's in store. Everton versus Peterborough pre-match build-up. We have a spring in our step, and it will be Corey, the wonderful Corey. He also did a video the other night, which you can look back and watch while you're waiting for that. And between this video and the pre-match, who could be the next Everton manager? Me and Mabsy will talk about that in a moment. And also, after the full-time whistle tonight, we'll have our usual post-match coverage, myself included. Right, Mabsy, who could replace Dyche? You weren't on the stream the other night, but you got David Moyes, Lee Carsley. There was a couple of German managers in there. The one who won the league with Dortmund. Some Italian managers in there. You've also got your Gareth Southgates. Terzic was one of them. Sorry.
I'd like to see Lee Carsley.
He could well term?
Well, for short term, I think we've got to sit back and I think we get Moyes in to the end of the season, do a job, stay in the league, and then we see where we are. I think Lee Carsley is a great choice, but January is not a great time for a rebuild, is it? Let's be brutally honest. I mean, it needs a heads up, head down. Mourinho, for me, non-starter. I fucking hate that because we don't need another big time Charlie at our club. We don't. And at the end of the day,
it's just to fall out with players, isn't he?
Yeah, of course he isn't. And again,
trophies,
he, at the end of the day, he's a good manager when he's got great players around them. He's never had shit players.
Who's that? Is it Allegri, that top manager? I reckon they're going to go for someone like Allegri, a big name, big stadium, new era for Everton. Get rid of the stain. Listen, Mabsy, I'm not against the long ball tactics of Dyche. If you're winning the second ball, if you're getting crosses into the box in good areas, if you're getting numbers,
and if you're getting wins,
if you're suffocating the opposition and it's effective. It wasn't effective. I want to give a big shout out, Mabsy. Daniel has just become a VIP.
Well, hey, thank you very much, Daniel.
We much appreciate that. And if you want to become a VIP member, this StreamYard, this channel is actually costing me a small fortune to run now. They've quadrupled the price of this to be able to stream. So if you go onto youtube.com/follow Everton on a desktop, I think it also works on an Android. Not sure about iPhones. You'll see a little button, join, next to subscribe, and you can choose whether you want to make a donation of, I think, 99p or £3 a month. And you get a little fancy badge next to your name, so you stand out and you get priority replies in the comments. Nearly 500 of you watching. Richo, another VIP of ours, a long-standing VIP. I think he's got the lovely EFC crest next to his name.
Moyes to the end of the season, yeah. Is that to the end of the season?
They work together. Daniel, our VIP, he's saying Mourinho. Eugene McGeever, hi, Eugene. He wants Rooney. James Graham, it's going to be Moyes 18 months. It does stink, I think, of a Moyes. I think Moyes till the end of the season. See how he gets on. Could be interesting. He can do a rebuild. Colson, he's saying we're in a rebuild, mate. Come on. Give us 5 minutes to enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, we know we're in a relegation battle, but at the end of the day, we've got a chance now. Instead of paying Dyche ball, I think Ryan's gone.
No, I'm here. Yeah, I'm trying to get on. I'm just saying hurry because
fair enough.
I've got to go back home to then go back out.
You going tonight, yeah?
I'd say I still don't think it's going to be the most exciting match, Mabsy. I think
it's not. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's going to give the relief to the fans, and the atmosphere at Goodison's going to be great because I think there's the relief of him going.
How is he going to uplift?
What?
How can you pick a team? Will he go with his favourites or should Baines?
I don't know. At the end of the day, he's been around the setup, under 18 manager Baines. Obviously, no need to worry. Shea is obviously obviously within the team, so he knows how everyone plays. So, yeah, go on, please, Jan's come in.
Hang on one sec. KBBL 102.5 FM. Welcome to the show. Please smash the subscribe button for us. Hello, Ian. Come to you just 1 second. Just going to answer this question and then go straight over to you. Yes, it does cost. We have to pay for a platform which allows us to connect with YouTube, Facebook, and X. So it's like an intermediary. I was paying $10 a month. I'm now paying $45 a month for the same thing. I've also got other costs. So if anyone wants to chip in, that's much appreciated. But the main thing for us is that you subscribe. We want to hit 3,000 subscribers. Let's have a Sean Dyche out celebration party now. There's over 500 of you watching. The ding dong, the Dyche is gone. I love that. Hit the subscribe button right now. Let's go over to the main man. He's got his beanie hat on. He's in the freezing cold. Mr. Jan Dalf Miller. How are you doing, Ian?
Yeah, Happy New Year. I'm all right. I'm all
Because
right. I'm all
Civi's
right.
gone. Fucking hell, yeah.
I know. Look, I am. I'm glad that it seems to be a step in the right direction for Everton. Look, it's really good that we're taking a positive step and potentially flushing out all the old stuff that was connected with anything that was pre-Friedkin Group. I get it. Now, I don't want to split hairs over the decision whether to do it today or not, but the one thing I want to do is I don't want to see animosity really with or directed towards Sean Dyche, because above everything, you know, he's demonstrated that he can do the nitty gritty with other clubs. Maybe not with us. Maybe our problems have ran deeper, and he was thrown in at the deep end in a very bad situation. Now, you could say even if he's been tempered by the former battles in relegation with Burnley and other stuff, and his upbringing, you know, Forest and everything that he's done, I think it's fair to say that he's not fucked us around in any excessive way, in the way that like Benitez did. He had a philosophy that he stuck to too rigidly, even when it didn't work, and that's demonstrated. No, and that's been demonstrated. Well, you can say that, right? But and it's resulted. Yeah, I'm about to build that.
Could you say he didn't trust the players and he tried to throw them under the bus to cover for his own ineptitude?
I just don't think he had the ability to develop Everton, to push forward, to be the team that we can be, based on the quality of players we had. The quality of players we had were always above. We always used to say, and we're right, that the quality of players we have is they're better than relegation battle players. And the fact that he couldn't see that and he was trying to utilize them as such demonstrated that ineptitude. He was a bad manager for our club, but I don't want to see him vilified. I want to see us looking forward. That's what I want to do.
Can I jump in and just say, just on the back of that, Jan, I actually agree with that. I think that's quite a nice pragmatic approach. We have to accept a few things here. No, let's just calm down slightly. Our job is to give you both sides. Yes, we give you that immediate sort of reaction, but we give you both sides of the coin. We're not coming on here slating him. We've got respect for the manager. He had the hardest opportunity. He had no budget to spend. He had a circus behind the scenes. He had.
Hang on, you didn't have a budget to spend. We bought a few players in the summer, so that you can't say, you know, you got him what you wanted.
Negotiating power whatsoever.
No, come on. He was hamstrung by everything, and we could argue all day long, because even throughout his tenure and before, we've been arguing about player acquisitions, of whether Thelwell was right or wrong, whether Thelwell was given free rein, who was making decisions.
Christmas said he'll give us a like if we're happy that Dyche left the building.
Yes,
so it's worth
yes,
a like.
It's absolutely no. I'm happy that he's gone, but I don't want to wallow in the Schadenfreude, because I think that we have other problems beside Dyche, and I don't think it's fair to make him culpable for all of the issues. But I want to see this be at the turning of a page with a new era of the Yeah,
Eugene. Again, you're right. Yeah, so the game is on BBC iPlayer tonight. Let's go for the Carlins. Rashi original ammo rejoined. Me too, mate. Like these are. I don't understand it. Peter Logan still having Maurizio Sarri. Would you take him? Would you take Maurizio Sarri? Right.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But I'm also saying again, Jan Delf has come on and made a good point. The two things are not mutually exclusive. We can be very, very happy about him being sacked. We can be over the moon about him being sacked, because we need a fresh change. We've won 3 matches in 18. That's
wait, but to compliment,
hang on,
that's 27 hours of football.
8 games in 2024, and you said that you know what I mean?
No, I said I'm happy. I said I'm happy he's gone. I'm very happy he's gone. I said it's not mutually exclusive to also respect the man and understand the challenges he had, but also agree.
8 wins in 2025.
I still respect him and realise he had a hard job, at the same time as being grateful and over the moon that he's gone. Because
what if he was the wrong appointment at the time? Because even then he was divided. He was the kind of man that was going to. I thought we'd have got rid of him once we survived relegation.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, look, I think this is time. This argument or debate.
He was set up to fail, though. He was set up to fail.
Yeah, listen, right. This is about a reaction. This is not. We can go in depth in another stream about him as a person, whatever. I don't feel sorry for him. At the end of the
No,
day,
this is a reaction.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's got a ton of money, on the back of Everton, and again, potentially going to replace PSR, which I don't think it will because we've quite literally got the new stadium on the horizon, so we'll easily make the money up. I just think it's the right decision.
They'll have given him the money privately. They'll have tried to give him the money separately. They might have said, "We'll rip up your contract. You sign an NDA, and we'll bank transfer you the difference through one of our other companies where it doesn't matter."
Let me ask you a question.
That's illegal. That's quite literally what Man City were doing.
Yes, that's an arm's length deal. You can't have that. But let me ask you a question. In a world of cutthroat football business decisions, of competition, constant competition for places within one's own organisation, not just within the league, and all this, it's constantly cutthroat, pitting everybody against each other. We have these stipulations and we have restrictions placed upon the players, the managers, the clubs, all this kind of stuff about what they want. Why is there no set? I mean, you even have relegation clauses for contracts. Why do we not have a performance clause?
It's hard to assess, right? So with regards, it's quite literally simply employment law, right? So you can't just sack him because if you do, then you can get you from unfair dismissal, blah de blah de blah. And then you're not for the employment process.
While I'm a huge advocate of employment law, I think it's, sorry for swearing in the middle of the day, fucking ridiculous to apply employment law to such a select group of 20 individuals.
But they're employees. That's the problem.
Okay, if they're employees, what kind of organisation is set up where one employee that's not even at the head of the pyramid can bend an organisation over a barrel financially, that they are crippled by that employee's ineptitude and inability to execute their duties? Because if they're not doing that, they should step down and refuse the payment. You don't get a golden handshake for being shit at your fucking job.
Okay, so hang on, we've just basically gone.
That's just how football works, Jan. That's just how football works.
Look, if you take Wayne Rooney, he did the honourable thing and quit. Portsmouth didn't pay a penny because he quit. But
he wasn't doing it for the money, Mabsy. He didn't need the money, Rooney.
This is my point. Nor does Dyche. And Yaz got a point, but unfortunately, you get twats who are millionaires and twice over. Apparently, he's getting divorced. Who knows? There's rumours flying around and whatever. So
what?
Apparently, there's rumours that Dyche was having marital issues. I don't know how true that is, but at the end of the day,
doesn't matter. Don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Lee Carsley, fucking yes! I'm down for that. No, I know we have the dilemma of. Are we down? Are we going to discuss the dilemma of the old boys network versus an established manager, and which way we want to kind of see the club going?
Yeah,
I've seriously got very. Hang on.
Can I have my say on what Jan?
I'm gonna have to dip out because I want to get ready for the game.
But we're finishing in a minute anyway.
Okay, fine.
We're finishing in 5-10 minutes. Just what I want to just say one thing about what you said. The 600 people watching this show, and I want people's opinion on this as well. It's the only job, Jan, that you can be absolutely shit at and still get a load of money. You can actually be rewarded for losing your job.
Yes, because any other business, I'm not angry, Scott. I'm angry. I'm just stirring the pot, man. I'm totally chill. By the way, this is all just to get the debate going.
Chill. You walked off to calm down.
No, I didn't. I walked off to ask because the dog was barking at something. All right.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
Very convenient, Jan. Very convenient.
Well, I don't want to look. Basically, just
why
fucking
do SGs always end like this?
Yeah, no, they don't. Basically, yes. So he's got a contract and he has to fulfil that, or then they get. Or they don't do their jobs. But the issue is, if you sign someone on a contract like a rolling contract, or you've got a work contract which is indefinite for however long you do annual reviews or whatever, right? I don't know when is the performance review in a football season when it's 9 months long?
But you've got to go through the disciplinary process. You can't just sack one because you're doing shit at your job. You've got to give them time. Because they can take you to the cleaners anyway and get even more money. It's not just about, you've got to give warnings if your performance is under par. then they've got to give you a chance
There
to
must-
improve.
I know-
Yes, because
I've got
that. Wait. If we're talking about employment rights, that's based on decades, centuries of employment protests and individual rights, and the fact that the employers are not just there to, it's not a gift to have a job. It's you are giving yourself. But when the manager, it's a very different situation when it's a manager. It's not just some kit man or somebody working in the canteen, who could be sue for constructive dismissal or unfair or hostile work environment. When you are the one leading the ship, but you're not the boss, and you get to bend them over the barrel where they can't, because of your poor. Let me finish my point. Because of your poor performance, you've jeopardised the financial viability of the entire organisation. I don't think it's fair that you then get the protections that are meant to protect people like you and me just doing an ordinary 9-to-5 job, or people struggling.
By it, though. Welcome to the fellow Everton employment.
There's
channel.
no way he was going to stay as manager with the Friedkin Group in when they're doing negotiations over naming rights of a stadium and commercial deals and sponsorship. There's no way they were going to risk jeopardising the image of what they're trying to sell by having a product which isn't worth sponsoring.
Yeah, totally. And at the end of the day, yeah, absolutely spot on. They're buying the brands, they're buying the new stadium. Let's just be joyful.
I think that, and this perfectly embodies that sentiment of why I can see the appeal to some people of Mourinho, even if you personally dislike the guy, even if you think he's not necessarily the right manager. He goes hand in hand with this sort of rebranding of Everton, that kind of idea of something new, of something, because Peter's. Oh.
Well, so Mourinho's been talked. Is that one? Sky Sports News say. Oh, Sky Sports News say. Oh, really? I haven't heard that, but yeah, I'd take that. Hang on, yeah, the bubble has said former Everton manager David Moyes is set to meet the Friedkin Group on Friday and becoming the new Everton manager. So there we have it.
For the AFC Bournemouth podcast, thank you very much for joining us. Yes, and that's quite the point. I think what Dan Friedkin wants to come in is to come in and to embrace something about Everton and to come in and say, I will steady the ship. Sean Dyche has talked about all these metaphors and the feel and steady the ship and at the wheel and all this kind of stuff. What was he expecting to happen if we've been floundering around in the doldrums of the Premier League when Friedkin is on the brink of having a global brand and a company with huge overheads and interests and a part of their structure, their big business?
Can I say one more thing, please, just very quickly? And we do have to talk about that Moyes and Carsley situation because that is massive. But I think there will have been some clause in that contract which says after 18 games, so half of a season, there must have been something about half a season played, or around that figure. If you're in the relegation 3 or lowest points or some sort of factors that allow you to have a way.
They'll have some sort of calculation that's based on the standard deviations of the number of points and expected win rate based on other teams. It's not going to be set in stone. Yeah.
And do you think that Everton really would have that, as Everton were talking about, not actual football club?
I understand.
This is what I mean about us having a rudderless ship or captainless ship, because we've just been swinging it.
We had a rudderless ship. We don't anymore.
Yes, had.
Hello?
Sorry, it's been years. It's just very difficult. It's like when somebody transitions and they want to call them different pronouns. Absolutely, I'm all for respecting that, but you can't break habits of a lifetime immediately. It's like, oh no, we're circling the. Oh no, wait, actually no.
Someone with half a brain. Surely someone with half a brain goes, right, I know the contracts protect the managers because they kind of hold the cards as well. But the club also has some power. They could say, right, if at half the season point or at January the 1st, for example, you were sitting there and your win percentage over the course of the season is less than 20%, you've not met objectives, we're within our rights to sack you. Yes, you'll get compensation to a small sum, but let's say we sacked him with a 50% success rate, the contract might protect the manager a bit more in terms of the payout, because that's kind of like change of mind rather than
sliding scale.
I get that. We don't know how much is being paid, but at the end of the day,
if somebody hasn't won a single game, they get no payout. If they've won every game and you want to sack them, you have to pay them $5 million, because why the fuck are you sacking me?
However, you try encourage the manager to take the job, and then obviously they're all unionised, the players and league managers associations and all that, so they're all unionised anyway. So if you give them that contract, they just laugh in your face and walk out.
Right, is Moyes confirmed then?
No, there's no confirmed. They're holding talks tomorrow. They're holding talks tomorrow.
Who's saying that?
The bubble.
I might as well go and ask the man behind the checkout in the supermarket for information. Is there anyone who's actually can what is going on?
But no, okay, very valid
Sky,
point.
Well, you announced it. So apparently Sky is saying it. Moyes, the bubble's saying it. So
Hang on, I'm not
know.
quoting. I'm not quoting someone on Twitter. Sky Sports saying it.
Apparently, no, you said that someone said that Sky Sports is saying it. So I don't know. I've not got Sky Sports on.
I only, with respect, I only want a BBC or a Sky Sports News.
Fair enough. Well, there's rumours anyway. There's rumours, unconfirmed rumours that Moyes is holding talks tomorrow. So that reading to that
to
what you
become
will.
The manager, confirmed.
Look, guys, you're missing. Guys, you're missing the point.
I've read.
You're missing the point though that well, we can speculate and talk, and presumably there will be a lot of managers. A lot of managers will be circling the. I don't necessarily want to say carcass, but it's the buffet, isn't it? The opportunity to be the new manager, to have access to some more funds because they've streamlined the finances, restructured the debt. There'll be an increased revenue stream, and you'll have the brand new stadium, and it'll all be fancy, shiny on TV. The flagship, come on, Everton, you can do it. Can you battle survival and almost do like a Ted Lasso story, right? So the point is now. Everyone's going to be circling. It's like when you can see you're at an event and they start bringing out the buffet and people start circling, going, "Oh yeah, God, can you see the chicken wings and the sandwiches and the quiche? Oh God, Christ! Oh, there's cake! Anyone will want the job, right?
Yeah,
okay,
so
thank you.
Not anyone, but at the end of the day, there's going to be certain people that will want the job. Not everyone. At the end of the day, some won't want that job. Won't want the.
Well, what I'm saying is,
challenge. I mean, we pay good money, so that's a plus. The agents tonight will be on the phones, and tomorrow morning will be bigging up their manager to the board. I don't know. They must have an idea. I mean,
the only manager who's available is Moyes that I can think of. The rest of them, like your Thomas Franks, and your Mourinho,
is available.
I think it makes sense. Listen, it's not popular. Moyes did it.
Do you know who is available? Do you know who is available?
Who?
Zinedine Zidane.
He wouldn't come to us, right, Jan? You're just putting your blue tinted spectacles on, right? I'm thinking we're gonna get anyone.
Zizou.
Don't get me wrong, I love Zidane, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. I
would shave my head if we got Zizou.
Right, you heard the hair first. We get Zidane, Jan shaving his head on the line, on follow Everton.
I will do it. I'll do it.
You heard the hair.
Get Carlo.
No.
What's...
No. He's
out of contract at the end of the year.
Yeah, but he's still in contract. At the end of the day, he fucked us over to go back to Real Madrid, and again, then tried to sue us. So no, thank you.
Kazuri, I think you've changed your picture. I vaguely remember. I think. Yes, this is what I've been hearing from all accounts that he is. Like the Everton way, nil satis nisi optimum. How you conduct yourself, like, because he was brought up also under Moyes, who had this point system and the fines and the respect, and he was basically, no, it's my way, and he wasn't an authoritarian because by all accounts, let's take his business life and what people do. Look, people do shitty things. I'm sure not everybody here, but I'm sure some of us watching us have done things that we're a bit ashamed about, and we'd like to say we've changed in the past, right? But what Moyes did was have a structure, a hierarchy, and in some ways, footballers, they're young lads, they're a bit like children, and what do children need? Boundaries, structure, rules, like order.
I disagree with this one. Keep Baines and Coleman to the end of the season, see if Carlo will come back. I disagree with that completely. I don't want
Hang on.
I like as much as...
You're just jumping topic. Let the man finish. Jan,
sorry.
You just interrupted him to change it.
I'm sorry. I do apologise.
Jan, what were you saying?
I think that I think that ideology, yes, but for me, does Carsley have the credentials and the resilience and the experience? Because was he here when we were really battling relegation, when we actually had the threadbare and all the troubles that run deep to the bones of the club that we've experienced lately? Because although we can have a fresh start, you still have you have an infection. You don't just get better immediately, right? Now, again, this is Cameron, Ali. It feels like you guys are psychic here. My issue would be, what about having some of the former players that have done some of the coaching, whether that's Carsley, and he can be the long-term successor for who we ever get in to be the flagship manager, Baines, Jags, Ozzy, some of the players that embody this sort of recent Everton that played good football, the re-emergence of the School of Science, the People's Club, all this kind of stuff, to have some sort of steadiness to the ship, or whatever it is, something like this, that the Friedkin Group will clearly have this kind of plan. But this idea of building something, Graham Potter, has he already gone somewhere?
Yes, no, he's not signed for West Ham yet, but who knows?
Because I think this is what I was going to say. People have been talking about Carsley, and there's lots of speculation out there about him teaming up with Moyes and all this. But for me, there's a lot of division as well about would Moyes come back, and we've had ex-managers before.
Yes, he would. He's already said he would.
But what would be wrong? Like, we've discussed it previously. What would be wrong with Graham Potter?
Nothing, but I think he'll go to West Ham. Put it simply, I don't know. Right. Anyway, guys, I love this debate. I've been on half an hour. I said I'll do 5 minutes.
Go on, Mabsy! Bye-bye, Mabsy!
Bye.
Bye-bye, Mabsy!
See ya.
We're all going the same game, but Mabsy needs to go much earlier and get his pint in. Right.
Thank you very much for that lovely content. Excellent. Added to the debate, of course. Do you know what? If we were going to debate Liverpool winning the league, we'd have had a video. Yeah.
Hit subscribe. There's 150 or something of you watching on YouTube. I can almost guarantee that at least half of you haven't subscribed to us. Please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button. We are 45 subscribers away from that 3,000 mark. I've been waiting all season for that 3,000 mark. Please, can you subscribe? I'd like to give a shout out to Rick Anero. Thank you. You're a VIP member. I don't know when you signed up. Thank you so much.
Emma. Yes, sorry, thank you, Rick. But also, Emma, we can't always be on the pulse of everything immediately. It happened this morning. I just had to check while I asked the question. I'm sorry. I'm not Reuters.
He's had a night's lie-in. He was up all night. He was up all night looking outside Finch Farm to see whether Dyche had been relieved of his duties. I kept hearing this horrible noise, and I thought it was Sean Dyche arguing about getting the sack, but it turns out it was someone just chopping down some trees. AI photo before of Sean Dyche at Goodison Park in the snow, slipping on the ice, and the thread was Sean's on thin ice tonight. He can't win either way. What do you think changed inside the last sort of 48 hours? Do you think seeing West Ham get rid of their manager, or do you think it was maybe David Moyes' availability, because they met with Graham Potter, which indicates to me they were ready to make something happen. So, the
issue for me is when you have those kind of negotiations, Graham Potter would have been presented then with some options. There is the two new unknowns, both decent financial situations. West Ham have more stability. They've just demonstrated in their recent transfer dealings that they've edged Everton out of several deals, and they even poached Onana offers. And it just demonstrates it demonstrates that there was. When you get rid of a manager, there's still a footballing philosophy in the coach, in the players. There's the ethos. You've got to air it out. And while that may be something that some people want to tackle, I guess you don't know someone's integrity. You also don't know someone's assessment of their own capabilities. Now, Graham Potter could have looked at that situation because of his experience and post-grad sort of in dealing with sports emotion and psychology in teams and stuff like that. He might have said that it's beyond him, which is worrying. Or let's just hope for me then that the correct assessment is that he's gone, I just want the easier job because, he might be angling for long-term, thinking about, I don't know what, United, City, something abroad. Sorry?
I wouldn't want someone like Southgate, as Emma's saying, because I just think he's only done it at international level, and I think the
Sorry.
underwhelming style of football was boring with really good players.
Yeah, sorry, my mix-up with Onana. It was him going to West Ham, and that we've had several players go back between us, and then us make competing bids on players in the past couple of years. I got mixed up there. Sorry, because who was it? It was Mohamed Kudus.
We've had the right players. We've been linked with Kudus. You think about over the time, Luis Diaz. You've had a lot of players. You can go on and on and on. There was Andy Robertson.
Anthony Robertson.
Well, yeah, that's a different one. He's great as well. I think Everton are very ambitious now. I think that Sean Dyche's position had become untenable because, as they're talking about now, his attitude, they didn't like his attitude. They thought he had a chip on his shoulder. Dyche felt like Everton were ungrateful for what he'd done, for putting up with having to manage Everton without a transfer budget and in these terrible circumstances with the PSR and the circus behind the club. But the reality is, Jan, are you listening to me or looking at comments?
I am listening to you.
The reality
is,
yeah, he had to go because, he was a negative. He's putting everyone down. He made everyone feel like shit. I think it was a relationship.
It got to a point where, we weren't. You watch a lot more stuff. I do this just to moan at you, and I'm sorry that I subject the viewers to it. But right, everyone was sort of at least debating Sean Dyche's suitability and whether they'd fallen on one side of the fence or not. There was still the active debate. Now, when you foster that division and scrutiny and distrust and disharmony and discord in the fan base, what's it like behind the scenes? It feels like it is a lame duck. And you're just sitting there, like basically when a president's lost the House and the Senate, or in political terms, you're just ineffectual, impotent, and you're sat there going, well, what's he doing? And we were all pissed off, and you wanted him to do better because you don't want to lose faith in your manager. It's like sometimes when you take that step back and with a bigger awareness, and you look at everybody booing the players, and like I've done it before, and you go there and go like, fuck, they are playing shit, but the last thing they need is for us to be giving it this. And that's why I just choose to get angry at the fucking linesman and the other team when I go there and I shout my fucking head off. And some people don't like it, but I'm like, no, fuck it. These are my boys. I don't know.
666 of you watching. Unfortunately, this is the end of tonight's show. We will be back for the pre-match build-up show with Corey and friends. That is in a short while. I'm not 100%.
Do you know, people are making some very good comments here, astute stuff about how it reflects our. Sorry?
Are you going or are you staying?
No, I was going to go, but ticket. Like, don't worry. It was Mabsy was going to give me his ticket because he was. Yeah.
Okay, Jan, I'm going to go in and get ready. If you want to sit on and just go through some comments and then wrap up when you're ready, because
no, that's all right.
Okay.
No, that's all right.
He doesn't want your company, guys. He doesn't want to be stood alone with 700 people watching him. Is that what it is? You can't handle 700 people. I'll sit in the background. Let's see how you get on just for 60 seconds.
No. Yeah, thank you very much, Ryan. Thanks, everybody. I just have this issue with Ryan where I don't like to come on here and just talk on my own because it's really boring. And he says, oh, you need to go on and do the stream. And I don't like doing videos on my own because it seems really fucking boring just to come on here and have one person talking.
Don't tell
because I like to stir it up. What? I love you all, right? But then my inclination is to open it up and get people on here, and before you know it, we'd have 20 people on Follow Everton, and Ryan would be going, oh my God, this is a fucking circus. Because I don't want to sit here and talk on my own. Football's a team of 11 people, right? So how can you talk about it just as...
Hey, look, there you go.
Yeah. All right, okay, right. Look, Al Clark said the fact that Philogene didn't choose Everton and went to Ipswich as a promoted team when they it says everything. The established team like Everton.
He's there.
No, we're going. I've got to go. I've got a sore throat anyway.
Get this.
Oh shit! Sorry. Do I need to? The settings on this streaming thing change all the time. Do I need to change the mic sensitivity? By the way, sorry, because Ryan always tells me to bring it closer and closer and closer.
Daniel's just saying, be mindful of shouting into the mic. Maybe you can turn it down slightly, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. But the point is, like, everyone's making astute comments, and look, this is what's great about football in fan bases. We have fans, and it just reminds me of my dad, who could remember fucking everything. Oh, this player signed for us, or he played this, or this one made this dirty tackle after the referee, that and that, and like, this is what it means to people, right?
Mm.
And even if some people can get over what David Moyes said, or how he poached this, or the derisory offer for Baines and Fellaini, or the fact that he screwed us without giving us an exit strategy when he was going to United, all these kind of things, right? But then you can balance it out by saying he solidified this idea of the People's Club. He was great at getting good bang for buck and sorting out our finances so that we had the pulling power to buy these young international starlets like Fellaini, right? But the real issue, and get Lukaku, sorry, but the real issue for me is, if you're going to get a manager like that who's already been here before, he's divided. What's that going to do for the fan base, the players, the ethos, the people at the club who've worked there since they were first eligible to get a full-time job, who may well have been there, or their dads work there, or their brothers, or their best mate, something that we are, in some ways, a provincial club. And I'm proud of that. But I don't want to gatekeep the club. But yeah, sorry, that's why I corrected myself with Martinez, but I didn't say that, Mr. Title List, right? No, yeah, it was just, but Moyes had built that atmosphere that was like, he'd had the foundations and it was moving on. You want to progress every year, every manager, every player. You want it to be a step up, not a step down. I'm not on about forwards or backwards to whether Moyes is, yeah.
Niall, Philigine's gone to Villa. Ipswich. Michael's saying, give it Moisey. No many saying he doesn't like it. Go away. Don't care. Thomas Frank, the money he wants. That's from Blue Nose WKD Dublin. If that is the man, obviously, you've got to make it happen. And Hamp's best, some new names here today. I'm liking that. Moyes is yesterday's man. Just because he was good years ago does not make him good now. But Michael James is in a
valid point.
Evasive. Yeah, and just a final question then. To the 664 watching, just because you won't continue on your own, and I've got to get ready. So, would it be the right thing for the Fried King Group to appoint a manager as diversive as David Moyes?
I don't think so. It depends, but then again, if the whole club as an institution, as a pre-existing business, that when the new owners come in and have a look around, presents the impression that David Moyes might be the right man for the job to unify, solidify, and have some sort of in touchness with what it means to be Everton as the new owners, then I can see it happening. I just don't know whether it would be entirely the right choice. It wouldn't be the best choice, but I don't know whether it would be entirely a wrong choice.
I always liked David Moyes. I think the only thing that let him down was the fact he didn't have enough money to go and get that cutting edge number 9 who could score week in, week out. In many ways, imagine Everton with the defensive structure of now, but with the attacking flair, but without that number 9. I think that's what we can expect. I think we have got money to spend. I don't think he's ever had the opportunity to work with money, but I do think he can rebuild the club. I do think he's got a good eye for a player. I wouldn't be against it unless there's a bigger plan. I love the idea of Lee Carsley as well being in there, but I just want to put some faith in the Fried King Group and say, look, they know better than us. And if they can fry an egg as well as they can fry the kin.
But in the spirit of stratified democracy that Ryan has implemented on this channel, thank you very much for your support, Daniel. It does allow Ryan to have a continuous hold over me. Daniel has said, give it to Jose. Like, I can also see the appeal of getting a manager like that, but I just think that maybe he is a little bit too divisive. I can see the appeal. Oh, okay, Ryan's gone. But on that note, I don't know if he's going to come back in, but I do think it's a valid point, and it's one that's going to be discussed in the coming days or however long before we get a shock appointment. Look, you did hear it all here first. If it's Zizou, I will shave my head.
And if it's David Moyes, he'll shave his crotch. And on that bombshell, 670 of you, thank you so much for joining on Follow Everton. We'll be back for the Peterborough Everton build-up show very shortly in around an hour's time. There's a good cast of cranks and cronies that'll be on that. Mr. Jan, thank you for coming on and giving us your amazing, passionate, enthused reaction. Remember, Everton tonight are on television. Go and enjoy yourself. I'm hoping to see you on the post-match tonight. We'll keep you up to date with all the breaking news regarding the manager change. If it is David Moyes, if it is anyone else, we'll see what happens. But for now, I do have to go. I really appreciate there's nearly 700 of you watching, and it has been a crazy stream. I've got one thing to ask very kindly. We have been running this channel for so many years now. We are trying to get to that elusive 3,000 mark. We need 43 more subscribers. There's at least, I'd say at least 60, 70 of you who aren't subscribed, you're watching, and all the people back. Can you just do me a quick favor? And if you're watching on X, jump over to YouTube, follow Everton, and click subscribe. Shouldn't they do that, Jan?
They should. They should tell everyone, tell your neighbours, tell your kids' teachers, tell the milkman.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jan. See you soon, mate.
Go on, do it.